man, so I have enough time to take care of everything I need to do on Saturday. And, I can come to y'all all together, whole, as one, you know what I'm saying? Of course, tomorrow's Monday, so get it done early so I can get ready for the work week, whatever I gotta do for the week, you know what I mean? Start to look forward to going to work when, you're putting money in a positive way, regardless of what's going on, like I always say with this administration. So I just want to welcome y'all to this week Money Talks. Try to get a full 30-minute in. We'll talk about some things that been on my mind, of course, and then we want to talk about, the main thing, the beginning, the key to everybody that's been successful in this plan, say, is the budget. So if you start with a right, correct budget, you definitely gonna get where you want to be. And like I said, learn how to handle money, be a steward of money. It ain't your money, it's God's money. It's just helping you provide the things you need to take care of your family in the right way. Because money is like the internet and everything else. It's good and it's bad. It depends on how you use it. You know what I mean? It's a microcosm. It's just gonna blow up every habit that you already have. It's just gonna make it bigger. It's gonna magnify. You know what I'm saying? So you're gonna, it's gonna. If you're a gambler, you're gonna be worse of a gambler. Just because you got money, you ain't gonna stop. So everything starts with a change and a shift of your mindset, of how you handle money and what you think about money in the world and what's going on and what you actually need and what you actually want. Yeah, I appreciate you joining. Appreciate you, Essa Barsky and True Feelings. I appreciate y'all joining. Fatuma, appreciate y'all joining. But yeah, like I was saying, and how you deal with money and your mentality with money, and you learn that I tell y'all this every week that you just a steward of this money, man. You know what I mean? When you try to hold on to it and when you try to possess it and you try to um, make money your life all about money and not about people, not about nature, not about love, not about joy, not about happiness, not about health. That's a part of wealth, all of that. So I just want y'all to, focus on your mindset with money. I had a couple things I want to talk to you about budget. Like, what's, what's the 5 keys to building a budget? The 5 keys to building a budget. I'm gonna break down what I think here at Ruckwood Financial and what I've heard from the study I've done with people that been successful, paid off their house, and created generational wealth and just loving it, man. The market don't really matter to them. Yeah, they losing some of their 401k and some of their interest rates, but all of y'all that know, if you just hold on to your money and ride the market out if you can, the only time to take your money out right now if you really need it. But if you don't and you just ride the market and you just let it ride, and historically it's gonna be okay. So we wanted to talk about the 5 keys to budgeting. How many of y'all even got a budget? How many of y'all even just do the budget in your head and think that everything is gonna be all right if I just do it in my head? I know where my money's going down to a T. But what you're doing is not putting your goals in there and not having a timeline on your goals, and that's why you find yourself 5 years later still not achieving your goals and saying that you're gonna get there. New Year's resolutions, all that stuff don't even work. You know what I mean? It's like you have to achieve your goals and you have to see how you're gonna do that with your income and your time and your dedication. So one of the 5 keys to building a budget is getting a savings mentality. You gotta have, you gotta pick your war, pick your battles. You gotta see, do I need this? Is this a need or is it a want? Or can this wait? And I ain't saying being frugal with yourself and limiting yourself, but it's gonna be a season where you're gonna have to limit yourself and tell yourself no and tell everybody else no for about 18, average people 18 months. You know what I mean? You're gonna have to go hard, you're gonna have to go, they call it gazelle intense. You're gonna have to go hard, you're gonna have to turn down a lot of things, vacations and weddings and different stuff, you know. So I want to jump on after I give you guys the 5 keys to budgeting. Then we'll jump on and we'll talk about whoever want to talk about their money. Appreciate y'all joining. I appreciate you, Timothy Blair. Appreciate you joining. Check it out, man. I want you to walk away from here learning something. Like and subscribe. Help me keep this thing going, man. The more y'all push that button, tap that button, send stars. Shouts out. It's love. Teamwork make the dream work. We're gonna do that for each other. You know what I'm saying? Every time I come across content, what I do? Like, subscribe. It don't matter who you is, no matter what race you is. If I like your content, I'm gonna give you a like. It don't cost nothing to give a like. So how many of y'all watching sports today? The Lakers getting busy today. My Padres getting busy today. You got the NCAA. We got the women's jumping off. So it's a lot. It's a good time for sports right now, but it ain't a good time for gambling and going past your goals. See, your goals is really where you want to be. That's why you have to sit down and see, like, where I want to be in 5 years, where I want to be in 20 years, and then you say, how do I achieve that? What's the best way? The best distance to 2 points is a straight line. So you have to be gazelle intense on a straight line, nothing distracting. Once you write it down and you see it visually, you have to do that. So that's number one. Get in the savings mentality, man. You know, like, have your why. Know why you saving. Know what you want to do. And is this bigger than that? And do I need this? So get into a need versus want mentality. Number two, you have to actually know your numbers. You have to sit down, if you're married, with your wife. You have to sit down with your husband, and you have to actually know your numbers and know how long it's going to take y'all to get to where y'all want to get. Know what you have to cut out and what you can leave in there. And a budget is not really restricted. You may have to cut some things, depends on your income, but a budget is not really restrictive. It's just giving you a map and showing you where your money is going. You know what I mean? So that's the good thing about a budget. It's just showing you where your money's going. That's it. Shoot, how many of y'all don't even know your numbers? If I was to ask you right now, well, how much is your interest rate, or how much you got left on your mortgage, or how much you got left on your car, how much they charge you for interest on your car? Well, my husband handles that, or whatever. No, y'all need to have monthly meetings, sit down. You need to know your number as well as your number. Y'all need to have a joint bank account with the app that I want to show you, and those of you that inbox me and get on a real session, I give you a nice app and show you how to start budgeting and how to win with your money. That's what these coaching sessions is about. This is that meat and bread of it. We're gonna get into investings and how to pay off your house and insurance and life insurance and all of that other stuff. But the meat and bread of it is taking control of your money. So if you're ready to do that, hit my inbox, hit the website for a no obligation consultation, and we'll definitely help you, man, and assess your number. Everybody's situation is unique. Everybody's situation is different. Everybody's situation different than mine. I had to go through my journey. I had to get through the student loans, $80,000 worth of student loans that I was dealing with. So everybody got their own struggle, but it is doable. And you have to get your plan and start now, and start for your retirement, and start for your grandkids, and quit playing and throwing away money on whatever. You know what I mean? Just going willy nilly. So yeah, number two is know your numbers. Okay, number three, and something we almost already speaking on right now, but it all equates to make this thing work. You have to have a goal in mind. It feels good to save and budget, but you know, if you don't know where your money, what you saving for, or your why, you know, I'm saving for my kids' college, or I'm saving so we can go on cruises later. I'm saving so I don't have to work. I'm tired of working. This is my goal. This is how I'm gonna get there. So that's number three. You know, have a goal in mind. You know, it have to be a realistic goal though. You know, realistically, this plan will help you be a millionaire. But realistically, once you become a millionaire, there's other plans and there's other things you need to do to become a multi-millionaire, to become a billionaire. No, those are different levels of the game. But what we stand, we guarantee that if you do this plan, you will be a millionaire with a paid off house, with a paid off house, and all of that. So, you know, you get on board. I got on board. I learned over a year, about 2 years ago. It took me a minute to soak it in. It took me a minute to really realize what they were saying. You know what I mean? And I'm like, oh, okay. Me coming from a background, you know, being in trouble, trying to find my way, it seemed like I was knowing about this subliminally, but I wasn't taught it, or I never took the time to sit down and see that it was out there. And God was trying to show me that I'm going to always give you what you need. That ain't you. The stuff that you chasing um, is really not what you need. I'm gonna always put in front of you what you need, and you're gonna make it to see 52. You know, you couldn't tell me that back when I was 17 that I was gonna make it to see 52. The way my life was going so fast, so it just helps. It just helps to know that I done been through some stuff and I'm still here for a reason, and that when he taught me how to deal with my money and detach from money, and like money ain't money ain't my whole life. You know, I need money, of course. I want money. I want to do things. I like luxury. You can still go to heaven with luxury things, but you just have to help people, man, and know that you're a steward of this money, and we all, it's enough abundance out here for all of us if we don't hold on to. Okay, so number four, that's part of what we talking about. I kind of pre-prep you for the steps and talk about it off the next one when we get to it. But number four is be realistic in your goals. Adjust your lifestyle for your goals. Maybe you can't go to every wedding. Maybe you can't fly to DC to every convention. You know, even within the program that I'm teaching, they have events that functions that I can't even make right now because I'm still on my debt-free journey. But I know when I get to my goal, I'll be able to make those functions, and that's gonna be nice. And it's people that just shows me that it's people there that's doing what I did, been what I've been, way more in debt than me, and enjoying life now because they did it right, and showing that God's money is everybody's money. So we just need to get our thinking right and be ready uh, to handle it. You just be waiting to see if you're ready to handle it right. Some people, you know, luck up and be born into money, but notice how they really turned out because they don't really have an understanding of money unless they really got a good foundation, parenting that let them know that they're ready. Yeah, man, I appreciate y'all joining, man. I'm gonna get to this number 5. Then we're gonna, you know, try to do some live questions and see who want to jump on and talk live about their money, you know. And then, we'll come back next week and circle the wagon and see who got any questions and see who wanna just move forward and stay blessed and get an understanding with this money. This free right now, y'all. All y'all gotta do is jump on, like, subscribe, you know, engage, teamwork, make the dream work. All y'all gotta do is that, and we can make this happen. So we're gonna talk to we're gonna talk about number 5, which probably is the key to all of this. You know what I mean? It's probably the key to all this. If you don't do this one, then probably none of it is gonna work. You know, your mentality got to be right, of course. You know, like I said, you have to know your numbers. You have to have a goal in mind. You know, you have to be realistic on your goals and all of that. But if you don't stick to your budget and check it daily and be engaged, you probably ain't gonna like it, and you ain't gonna be able to see the change. It takes most people 3 months to see the effects of their budget, and then it kicks in and their lifestyle, and they get used to living on how they live. You know what I mean? And then they see, like, man, every month I'm throwing at least 200-300 at my debt. So if I do that, my projection is to be out of debt is 18 months or something. Depends on your debt, depends on your income. You may be throwing more, you may be throwing less. Somebody got a longer journey than you. My journey projected to pay off my house and everything is gonna be a good 20 years. But I look at myself as being 72 with a paid for house, go anywhere, my investments, my health, my life, my understanding with money. This is my long trajectory. This is if I stay on the current income that I'm on now without adding any income and doing, more, which I know I'm gonna do. But I'm just saying, just on the current job that I have right now and the income that I have a paid for house, be able to buy a car, any car I want off the lot. I won't owe nobody no money, and my income will be all mine. Probably living off my retirement and letting the rest just grow. Having the golden duck and living off the eggs. I'll take that at 72, because I know how fast the last 20 years went. I was like, damn. So if I could take that and still be healthy and still be able to teach and do what I'm doing, show people about this money, I'd be happy. Because I know my coaching business is going to take off, and I'm going to be making more than that. So, my timeline going to go down. But I'm being realistic, like, hey, I'll take the latter end of that. If I do nothing and be lazy and don't get more income. Appreciate y'all sending me to the universe and all that, man. And I want y'all to like, subscribe, and share. Like I said, we're gonna start coming every Sunday. Forgive me for not coming yesterday, as I've been promoting it as on Saturdays, but I see like my Saturdays be too busy right now to, maybe we'll change it back as the podcast grow, and I could do this like full time or whatever, but I still got people I gotta coach, I still got work I gotta do, bills I gotta pay, so this is just an addition to what I'm already doing, and I appreciate y'all jumping on here and showing me love and sending me stars, like, and subscribing. So, anybody, like I said, we want to go over the 5 keys to budgeting. The 5 keys to budgeting: get in the savings mentality, know your numbers, have a goal in mind, be realistic, and adjust your lifestyle to your goal. Stick to your budget and check your budget daily. I don't care if it's on paper, I don't care if it's on the app. You have to check your budget daily. Appreciate y'all joining, man. Checking me out. Like I said, liking and subscribing. We got about 10 minutes left. I'm gonna open it up to y'all, man. See who wanna jump on here and maybe say something about their money. Appreciate y'all, man. Yeah, my back meme of the day is it says, I am rich with health and wealth, love, happiness, and joy. So that's more than money, man. Like we always talk about. You just a steward of the money, but you benefit the good things that money can do and how you can make money help other people. Thank you for sending me to the universe. I appreciate y'all joining me. You know, YouTube, Facebook, TikTok, everybody that get involved in the show, in the podcast. Like I said, I promise it's gonna just get better and better with time. And like I said, that timeline for me to be where I need to be just gonna go faster as we upgrade, as we grow together, as we learn more about this money. This is just the tip of the iceberg, but this is what everybody say is the key. Budgeting, handling their money, the mentality, the way that they looked at money, the way that they feel about credit. Never borrow again. You know what I'm saying? Credit is not leverage. It make you think that it's leverage. It make you think you're making money, but you're gonna still end up in debt. You always gotta play that game to have a good credit score. A good credit score means you done borrowed and paid back money you could have invested, or compound interest you could have been making by just holding out a little bit, waiting, and investing your money at the proper time. Paying for your house, not owing nobody, using your income to build your wealth. This is the stuff I'm talking about. Y'all wonder why I'm even on here. Why is he even on here? Yeah, I'm on here to show y'all about your money and how we all been caught up on thinking that credit is the way. Have it down mentality. If I can't afford it, I don't need it. Not right now. Because I see what the future is. I care about my grandkids having to go look for work instead of being with the company business. I don't know. I don't know what y'all think. I don't know what y'all with. I don't know who y'all with. And I ain't against nobody. Like I said, political party. Some of this tariff things he doing, hey, let's try something. Let's try something, man. Let's work it out. I appreciate it, man. Appreciate the love, man. Be sure to share every week. You know, come back next week. Check me out. See what other topic I didn't have for y'all. But like I said, I had to start with the budget. Because the budget, if you hear anybody say a debt-free scream and say they paid off their house, they paid off X number of student loans, and then you ask them, what's the key to your set? They say it was getting on the budget and sticking to it. That was the main thing. That's what I got out of all these years of training and all that. That anybody can do it if they get on a budget and stick to it. You can do it if you stick to it. For sure. That should be our slant. Because your time gonna come, man. Like I said, man, give yourself 2 years of trying something different. You can always go back to getting credit cards and do what you do. Give yourself 2 years of trying something different and see how it's gonna open your eyes to the lifestyle that you wanna live. Oh man, I've been talking to y'all all the time without my timepiece, man. You know, it's all right though. I don't even know what time it is. I had to see what time it is so we can make sure we're on time for everybody that have things to do. Got the Laker game coming on, and in about 5 minutes, so I'm gonna go check them out, see, hopefully they can get a win. Like I said, just enjoy it. I study up on some things later on for the week. I usually wait till the weekend to see what I want to talk to y'all about, and and make sure that I got some points, something that you can walk away with. So I appreciate y'all joining. Like I said, I'll be back next week, Sunday at 12. So that's the time, man, until we can do better. Sundays from 12 to 12:30 every week. Hashtag Money Talks. Join the group, Money Talks, on Facebook. Like, share, subscribe. Give me some topics. Give me some questions. Like I said, Ruckwood Financial Coaching. That's the name of the business. Go ahead. You can Google it. You can inbox me. You can start your session now, man, to start your freedom, your hope to learning with money. Like I said, I just be giving y'all tidbits here on social media, but if we was to have an actual session, I will cater it to you and I will show you how to do well with your money. Appreciate y'all checking me out, though. I see that the interest is there. Y'all want to learn about your money, but y'all just skeptical because of all of these fakes out here and crooks and people trying to do the wrong thing and tell you the wrong way just to make a buck. That ain't me. That ain't me. I'm here to see you grow, watch you grow, and help you build, generational wealth, and that we can help our future live the right way, man, and deal the right way with money, man. So, like I said, we got a few minutes left if you want to jump on. You want to say something about your money? Exclusively on TikTok. Those y'all watching on Facebook and YouTube, jump over to TikTok and we can talk live about your money. Like I said, send likes, subscribe, send stars on Facebook. I love y'all, man. Peace, love, and hair grease, man. I'll get back with y'all.